Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I didn't do anything to it. I probably won't. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show. I am Kyle, and joining me today is Tony.
Hello. Good morning.
He's back. How's it going, Tony? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I think it's got a little steamy here, close to me where I am, or maybe smoky. But yeah, we're good.
Not that close. How many miles? You have to tell everybody every time you're on a live stream. How many
Well, I'm
miles
about
you are from?
1.8 from Disney Springs, so maybe like 2.5 from there. So
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, if you don't know what we're talking about, we will get
we'll
there.
get there. We'll get
eventually. Let's say some hellos before we get this show started.
Well, hi to Jeannie. Good morning. Good morning to Gio, and then morning my neighbors. Who? Fred? Kyle in Missouri or me in Florida?
We're all neighbors. Won't you be my neighbor, Tony? Anyway, let's get started.
It's probably cheaper up there, so yeah, maybe.
So when we last checked in on the stock, it was at 99.14, and today, as of this moment, delayed by 15 minutes, it's at 99.76. So there you go, a little bit of movement upwards. I did forget that it's delayed, like it says right there, delayed 15 minutes, and I'm like, maybe that's just hedging. No, they mean it, because I was checking the stock at 9:10, or sorry, whatever time, like 10 minutes after the stock market had opened, and I was just like, why is it not showing anything? Is the market closed today? Is it some sort of holiday that I don't know about on a Monday?
That's always weary on a Monday, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. So anyway, but now, with that out of the way, let's get to the weather. As soon as I find my button. Here's Ethan.
Hello there and welcome to another edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's haverin' to you. But I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is in for a sunny day today and will reach a high of 81 degrees. Walt Disney World will be partly cloudy to full-on overcast today with a high of 84. Castaway Cay will be cloudy today and hit 76. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point is nearly 80 today and partly cloudy. Disneyland Paris is 60 now as it works its way down to 50 tonight. Luckily, it will stay dry though. Tokyo will crack 70 tomorrow with an evening low of 62. Shanghai will reach 87 tomorrow with sunny skies. Yet, despite what you'd assume, the humidity will be low so it will still feel like 87. Lastly, Hong Kong will be 76 and sunny tomorrow. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Tony, we have a brand new key art.
We do, but one day there's going to be actual real breaking news.
And we use it for real breaking news too.
Poster. Yeah, we need yeah. Okay. Anyway, yes, there's a new poster and trailer and first look at the long-awaited second season of Andor, the hit Star Wars series. This actually marks the conclusion of it. Are we going to see the trailer too, Kyle?
Yes, I'm going to start it and mute it, and we'll watch it. We can watch it full screen. Why not? Look at that.
Okay. A picture, dramatic music, and pew-pews, and
yeah, lots of pew-pews. Tony's our Star Wars expert, so I know he knows everything that's going on.
Star Wars expert here, but Andor does have my attention just because it's a unique take, and it's based more on Rogue One, which is, some will argue, is the best of the modern day Star Wars movies.
And people say this is the best show. I was going to say this is referred to as the good one.
Well, there's so many now. I thought Mando was considered a good one too.
That's like the obvious good one. This is the actually.
And I thought everybody liked Obi-Wan also.
No, Obi-Wan was not well received.
Ahsoka
there were parts of it that people liked, but I don't think on the whole. I mean, I liked it. I don't. I'm easy. I thought I wanted to be a film reviewer when I was in high school, and
Okay.
now whenever I'm tasked with reviewing something, I'm like, I don't know, it was fine.
But yeah, no,
But anyway,
Andor I
Andor.
know is one that everybody have been waiting for. And I'm not gonna say it got delayed, sounds like it did, but it was just very much constantly like, when are we getting it? When are we getting it? When are we getting it? And now it's finally coming, April 22nd. And they're doing it in chapters. There's 12 episodes, and they're doing it in chapters where it's 3 episodes make up a chapter, and those are going to be what debut every week starting on April 22nd.
All right. Well, we got tons of news from Jonas Brothers over the weekend because they held Jonas Con in New Jersey at a mall, Tiffany style. It was the 20th anniversary of the band, so they were celebrating with Jonas Con, real thing. Saw some images; it actually looked like a ton of fun. But anyway, we got some Disney news. First of all, we found out that they would be singing the aforementioned, so they know that there was going to be a
Get
theme
notified
song.
later.
What? My little
Get
pop-up
notified
thing?
later. Yeah.
Yeah. I should just opt in. Everybody make sure you opt in so I can push alert you. Anyway, so Celebrate Happy. We knew that there was going to be a theme song for Disneyland 70th. Well, now we know that the Joe Bros are going to be the ones performing that. We got a little taste of it, I think, if I go down here and click this one. It's really quiet.
Sounds like it.
Sorry. Yeah. So anyway, lots of whistling so far, but we'll hear more of it, and it'll be streaming on May 13th, I believe is the date that you can go and listen to that. But that's not all, Tony. There's even more Joe Bro music news because their song is going to be used in ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. It's going to be their
The 70th song or a different song?
a different song. This
Okay.
one's called I Can't Lose, and it's going to be the anthem for ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball, which will kick off March 30th with the Atlanta Braves going up against the San Diego Padres. San Diego's German for no. But let me see if I think we have a taste of that one as well. Let's see if this one's any louder.
Welcome to opening day, when every diamond holds a dream, and thoughts of an October rematch abound.
Two of these storied franchises in the history of this sport.
Here's to a bright future and earning your stripes,
Buckle up. That's all I gotta say.
trusting your ace, and the pursuit of the elusive repeat.
Dodgers have won it all.
Welcome to day one, opening day. Brewers, Yankees at 3, Tigers, Dodgers at 7, Thursday, March 27th on ESPN.
That's not Sunday Night Baseball, so I don't know. But
What did I think of when I was expecting to hear BSBLL? Didn't they do a DNCE song?
Yeah, what, Cake by the Ocean or
Yeah, sure. Never mind. Bad joke with vowels being removed.
oh yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Anyway, so yes, that's you can hear that on baseball, and then finally we got some new photos from their upcoming movie, which we knew about and was just called Jonas Brothers Christmas Movie. It's going to be called A Very Jonas Christmas. Just a huge upgrade in title there. So you have the three of them trying to get home for Christmas. I don't know if he's supposed to be like Elton John or T-Pain. I'm going T-Pain. What do you think?
I would have guessed Elton John.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
If he smiled, I might be able to gauge more accurately on T-Pain.
There's them buying goods, and then Nick looking thoughtfully in a back of a Christmas tree barn or something. Anyway,
So is this a Joe Bros Hallmark movie?
it's a Joe Bros Hallmark movie on Disney Plus,
Okay.
not Hallmark. But yeah, they don't have a release date yet, but it will be this Christmas, and that is the end of our Jonas Brothers coverage for today. But we are going to keep talking about Disneyland 70th, Tony.
Okay, well, real quick, I want to bring up some comments. That bad
Sure.
baseball joke I made leads to Broken Jeremiah's question. When's Doobie coming back?
Hey, bother him. I don't know. I thought it was going to be today.
I honestly thought it was too, and then all of a sudden I'm getting a message from Kyle. Hey, you might have to do this. No problem. Also, I'm guessing on the stock market it was formerly Captain America, because Nat says I'm still not used to Stitch, not Captain America.
Oh
on
yeah.
the stock
See,
market
I didn't
thing.
even call that out. I think it has been a few days, but yes, I forgot
Yep.
to call that out.
And then Geo says, if it's Disney Plus, that's definitely Elton John.
We'll find out.
But back to the 70th, there's something amuck at the Opera House at Disneyland. Or at least we think it's the Opera House. There's no sign anymore. But yeah, no, that is...
except for the one up there that says Opera House.
Does it say Opera House at the top? It does say Opera House at the top.
Was this a Doobie quiz where you were there?
The answers in there?
He did a, like, what is this? And it was Splitsville, and he blocked out the Splitsville side here, but it was still the one on his side. Just huge.
I did not see that, but that also is not surprising to me. No, the Opera House is the Marquee is gone because it is going to soon welcome Great Moments with Mr. Disney.
That's what it looked like before.
Yep, that's what it was before, and now it will be called. Help me out here. Walt Disney Magical Life. Thank you, Walt Disney Magical Life. And that will obviously be on the Marquee, but I don't know. Will it be that just for the 70th? Because they are supposed to alternate back and forth after the initial run. So will it show both?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're going to do. Maybe they'll add the bunting for Mr. Lincoln, kind of like in that photo where they have this 100th stuff. But there's also going to be a gallery too. So I don't know, but yeah, maybe they'll do something like that.
One thing it will not say is 50 magical years with Steve Martin.
Right.
So don't expect that.
Nope, I would not expect that. But over across the Esplanade, Tony, we have some news about food.
Yes, it's more a lack of what's there. Throughout the festivals, there have been meet and greets in this gazebo, but now there's tables there, and people can once again sit and enjoy their meal in Paradise Gardens Plaza or Paradise Gardens Park, and some of the live music that's probably a few feet away if they keep doing that still. But yeah, normally this area for whatever festival is going on at the time has themed characters meet and greet. I know during Lunar New Year, it's usually where you can find Mulan and Mushu or Mickey and Minnie in their Lunar New Year outfits. I guess nothing for the California Food Wine Festival, which is the current one. At Christmas, it's usually Miguel from Coco or the Three Caballeros, I think, are in there too. But yeah. Mm-hmm. But now just tables and chairs.
Including this one person looking like, why is he taking a photo of me? Which is completely understandable.
Yes. The plague of vloggers, bloggers, and influencers.
Sorry about it. But Tony, now let's get to the big story that we teased at the top.
Okay.
I don't know how to say fire in French. Should learn that one.
So the initial reports say a walk-in cooler behind the bakery and...
Of course, we don't actually have any photos.
Ice cream place. I've seen video. I've posted one myself, but we're not going to pull that one up. But there you go. Pull that one up. Yeah. You could see it, and it's very much France on fire, but at least the backstage area. As far as I know, all guests were evacuated. There was no injuries or anything like that as far as the reports go.
And it was not massive.
And it was not massive. It was just a walk-in cooler that caught fire. And just
any really amount of fire is more than you want to see at Walt Disney World, unless it's like in Fantasmic, but still. Yep. And even then,
and even then, you don't want the black smoke because the black smoke means that's not
that really we don't have a new Pope yet.
Correct. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, luckily no injuries. That's why we're allowed to joke about it. By the way,
yes,
no one was injured. Everything's
Despite
okay.
Other reports that call it a deadly fire, but I think that's in the guise of fires can be deadly.
Oh,
I'm not going to say who did it, but
I missed that one.
I bet you could roll the dice and take a guess if you called it that. Gio says he also thought the smoke was to signal a new CEO. That's coming later next year or early next year?
2020. Yeah, next year. Yeah. Early next year, I think. Well, we got some back over at the other coast, getting whiplash from the parks today. But this is going to be the new Earl of Sandwich. Doesn't it look so much like an Earl of Sandwich? Now, this is going to be the 2-story Earl of Sandwich. Construction is underway. Earl of Sandwich is still open in one of its temporary locations, plus an additional temporary location. This thing will survive. It's died however many times at the Disneyland Resort now, and it pops back up.
Yep.
Earl finds a way.
Death, taxes, and Earl of Sandwich at Disneyland somewhere.
There you go. So yeah, that is underway, and you can check out more photos of that. And I'm sure we'll be every time we go to downtown.
And that's
Disney,
a gargantuan Earl of Sandwich. So I can only
imagine
it's a
2-story.
It'll be there for a little while before it gets replaced by a larger venue, and then Earl of Sandwich becomes a trailer by the Star Wars Trading Post again.
It's 2 in 1. Oh, and then you also saw there that the ESPN Zone Scrims are up because they're doing work in theirs. They split that into different sections. And then finally for this section, got lost. Something's coming to Swan and Dolphin at the Walt Disney World Resort. It is an interactive game room, which, as you can see here, is not only going to include games, but also looks like a tiny bowling alley. And it'll include thrilling new releases and timeless classics. There's also going to be a nearby, you can see there's some couches and stuff. There's some dining as well. So yeah, I didn't know that arcades and stuff are still relevant. I guess they're kind of trying to take it up a notch, but that bowling alley looks really tiny. This is like skee ball version of bowling, it seems.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where at the Swan and Dolphin that's going.
Yeah, I don't know the property well enough to have any idea.
I know by one of the pools, it's usually like a champagne room. That sounds awful. At the Food and Wine Classic, but I feel like that's might be where it's going. But they also are building a whole new annex on the Dolphin side. Yeah, that's going to be basically like a very large new convention center. So
cool. Sorry, we're getting all sorts of breaking news here. Let me see if any of this is actually worth talking about. No, that's not.
Okay.
Sorry, but it's just I'm watching everything kind of blow up. It's yeah. So that's the fun of trying to do this and try to do other stuff. So anyway, we're gonna check out the Disney Plus top 10 right now. I'm just gonna leave my full-fledged TV MA on for now. Moana 2, win or lose. I think that's actually up higher than it was.
It is, yeah. Last time I think it was like 4 or 5. Excuse me.
Born Again, Good American Family, the special look that makes people think that they're going to see the movie for free. The original movie, Stitch Has the Glitch, Anora moved up, and Cinderella, and then the sing-along version of Moana 2. So bookended by Moana 2.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of abysmal, with this broadcast, but also, Bill reviewed the new Kingdom Keepers Inheritance, The Final Draw, which, as his subtitle says, this is the final Kingdom Keepers entry in the saga for now. But let me read his last 2 paragraphs. I thought that they were kind of needed both to get it. Kingdom Keepers Inheritance, The Final Draw is meant to be the last entry into the series from Ridley Pearson. And while he has wrapped up the saga with precision skill here, there is ample room for more stories in this world, should another writer be willing to jump in. My only question is, why have these books not been adapted for Disney Plus? Great question. This would be a brilliant live-action addition and an even better animated series for the Disney streaming service. No matter what happens to these books, Ridley Pearson has created his own brand of Disney magic through his tales of Kingdom Keepers and Kingdom Keepers Inheritance. The Final Draw is a fitting ending to this magic carpet ride of adventure. So there you go. I would imagine that you probably want to read the other ones if you've never read Kingdom Keepers, but
I'm curious because I'm very, I feel like anything in the parks will never be a series, and I don't know why. I know there was a DTVA series, also Disney TV animation, that got to pilot, but it didn't get picked up, and it was about the popcorn turners at Disneyland after hours, and they're like, "Nope, we're not doing that." And I'm like, you love putting IP on everything. You've just created an IP for the popcorn carts, literally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's weird. And I know that Jon Favreau Magic Kingdom movie was in development for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you just said that the popcorn thing was animated, but an animated show is probably easier to pull off than a live action production. But anyway, so you can check that out. Have you ever read any Kingdom Keepers?
I read the first one in 2006, so that's about it.
Yeah, they're a very popular series. They're fun. It's, Night at the Museum-esque, but there's more to it than that. So yeah, be sure to check that out, especially if you have kids. Get them on that. Trying to find my button.
And the rest.
It's hard, Tony. It's deceptively hard.
Well, I'm there with you, but it's also I'm not on camera usually when I'm doing it. I'm just talking.
Yeah,
because I usually do the walk and talks. Coming at you later.
There we go. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But right now, new coffee cart for Joffrey's opened up. This is specifically serving the Just One Bite new Snow White inspired brew that's got like a apple crisp flavor to it, but you can get your classic shaken Jamaican and things like that at this cart as well. But that's pretty cool over at Disney Springs. And if you want to try that Snow White coffee, they do sell it on their website. You can order a bag. I don't think they have it in K-cups. I think it's just in ground or whole bean. And then also, if you're going to Japan for Star Wars Celebration, you'll have the chance to meet this little guy, Nubs. He previously appeared at a different convention, but now you'll have a chance to meet him over in Tokyo for that. So I'm sure people are excited for that. I think Mike is disappointed because he missed out last time meeting him, and it sounds like he might end up missing him again.
Interesting. Why is that not in Galaxy's Edge yet?
Because it breaks the timeline, Tony. We're tearing down that timeline, and then he can show up.
I thought that didn't matter anymore.
That's what I'm saying. We're tearing it down.
Okay.
Bit by little bit. Anyway.
Isn't Boba Fett out there now? And then you have, I guess the
Mandalorian is technically able to be
Fett.
alive. We don't know when he dies, so it's okay. But they're bringing in Luke Skywalker with Season of the Force, and then, yeah. But Tony, let's hop to this story.
You had that one in your pocket.
No, I didn't.
But yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, these are the popcorn bucket this season is Thumper from Bambi in popcorn bucket form. But was supposed to come out today and came out, 3 or 4 days ago?
Yeah.
Available to all at the Disneyland Resort a couple days ahead of when it was announced that they would arrive. And then you could also get them, it looked like, through mobile order at Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree. So they're not just the popcorn buckets, they're everywhere.
Well, so what was funny was that one was it came with a bag of Lay's potato chips instead of popcorn.
I didn't even notice that, to be fair.
Yeah. So popcorn bucket. But yeah, $33.50 is the price with the popcorn. I don't know if the Lay's price was any different. I'm guessing not. But yeah, interesting happenings over there. But you know what's also interesting?
What?
What's happening around LP. So last night, the crew, including the CEO, his husband, and then the co-founders went to the Anaheim Center, or the Honda Center in Anaheim, rather,
that was an
for
AMC.
D23 Ducks Night. So we got some photos, as you can see. You got this cool beanie with the Anaheim Ducks logo, the one that's take on the old one, but updated for the new one, so it harkens back to what you remember from the 90s.
They couldn't have centered that photo a little more?
Nope. So yeah, lots of special merchandise was available, and yeah, you could check all of that out over on Laughing Place. That is kind of the point of this segment. And then our own Gavin Doyle of Mickey Visit. So we've had Jeremiah talked about his top 5 things he's looking forward to with Epic Universe. Well, Gavin went ahead and wrote about his, so you can find out what those are as we get ever closer to that park official opening, and then we'll have plenty of coverage ahead of that because the breadth of number of people that can go and visit now is starting to widen, so you'll be seeing more from that. And then this weekend, Snow White opened, in case you weren't aware, and people had mixed reactions, even on our team. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But apparently Marshall liked it, and he wrote a piece titled Snow White and Theatrical Revivals, an Argument for Live Action Remakes.
No.
So you can hear... No?
Nope, already no. Sorry.
Okay, already no. Well, you can go find out and decide for yourself. You don't need Tony telling you what to think. And then lastly, the latest episode of Laughing Place on Location is now available on YouTube with Jeremiah over at the EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival drinking his lemonade right there.
A peeling photo.
We do YouTube face now. We do the outline and everything. It's very intense. So yes, all of that on Laughing Place, as well as our YouTube channel, which you're already on probably. So there you go. But now, Tony, let's get a pocket pick in here real fast.
Got it.
As soon as I find the button. Why is it so hard? That was weird. It took forever to play for me. But our pocket pick today came from you. So you want to set it up while I...
Yeah, so going back to the fire at Epcot, again, nobody was hurt, but it did attract a lot of attention, including from somebody performing on stage as part of the Eat to the Beat festival. No, not Eat to the Beat. Flower and Garden concert series, whatever it's called.
France is on fire.
So that's Peter Noon of Herman's Hermits. That song is
no
Mrs.
news
Brown,
on whether or
you've
not
got a lovely daughter.
No news on if Herman's Hermits actually saw it, but Peter Noon did notice the fire.
Well, they're hermits. They're tucked away.
Yeah, my bad.
It's okay.
But could you imagine, because your back is to that. So could you imagine just sitting there like, oh, I'm enjoying,
the barbecue's a little toasty.
Yeah, and then you look back and the guy's singing, oh, France is on fire.
I mean, at least he's got a good, like, he knows what's over there. That's actually kind of impressive. He's been there enough. But anyway, now let's move on to your quiz. All right, Tony, you know the rules. Yep. So do I. First up, this is one that you should totally get. 1901, an animator was born in Kansas City, Missouri. You would know his name, even if most people don't.
It's Ub, right?
It is Ub Iwerks. That is a tiny photo.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes, co-creator of all things. Not all things. This one I'm not going to make you guess.
And his granddaughter tells you about all things.
Yes. I just thought this was interesting, but on this day in 1954, Robert Carradine, who played Lizzie McGuire's dad on Lizzie McGuire, was born, as was Donna Pescow, who was Louis Stevens' mom on Even Stevens. What are the odds? Born on the same day.
Go back to the dad. Find a picture of Adventures in Wonderland and the March Hare. And I swear it's the same guy, but IMDb tells me it's not. But I'm positive it is.
Okay. We'll just trust you.
Yes.
On this day in 1956, an attraction opened at Disneyland.
56.
That's kind of still there, but it's evolved over the years a lot. It's not a very advanced ride.
50s. Is that? No. 56. I would have said Phantom Boats, but those are gone.
No, still there, but just updated several times. New names and everything.
You're going to have to give me this one.
That is the Rocket Jets.
Oh. Yeah.
A very popular spinner, I'm sure.
Yep.
On this day, 1972, another attraction opened at Disneyland. That is not still there. 72. Not still at Disneyland, but it still exists elsewhere.
Oh, Country Bear Jamboree?
That is the Country Bear Jamboree. That's very nice work. In Bear Country, don't you know?
2 theaters.
2 theaters. On this day, in 1974, someone was born. They were Kim Possible's mom and Possible on Kim Possible, but they're better known for 2 properties that are now Disney, having been acquired. How I Met Your Mother, which was produced by Fox, and Buffy, which was produced by Fox.
Allison Hannigan?
Allison Hannigan, yes. There she is.
I didn't know. I never knew she was Kim Possible's mom.
I didn't know either.
Yeah.
I was just like, nope, the Fox shows are good enough for me. But it's on this day in Disney history. So, and then, sorry, wrong document. On this day in 2006, a show debuted on the Disney Channel and became quite the sensation.
2006. Was it Phineas and Ferb?
No. Live action show.
Live action show. Quite the sensation. Was that Hannah Montana?
That is Hannah Montana. Okay. And Tony, on that same day in 2006, a Disney Channel original movie debuted. Starring, so on the show, Hannah Montana's a pop star. This movie starred two sisters in real life who are also pop stars in real life.
I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to guess it's got Allie and AJ in it.
You are correct. It's got
Okay.
Allie and AJ. And that's good enough for me. That's called Cowbells.
Yeah, never would have got that name.
Yeah, big day for Disney Channel. Cowbells.
2006. I was too busy slinging photos at Splash Mountain to not be watching DComs. Sorry.
Were you slinging them or were you deleting them?
Both.
I didn't know you had that
Both.
job. We got stories.
Yeah. Oh, well, not as many as you'd think, but most of them are people doing unsafe things, not naughty things.
Oh,
Yep.
well, yeah. I got mine was flushed away one time. And I don't know if it was an actual like error or if I did something that I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do.
And it might not even been you. It might have been somebody else in the log.
That's true.
Yep.
Forgot about that part.
Because that was a problem that we had more often than not, was like you had two different families and one kid in the other family thought he was sneaking a little finger shot in there and ruined the whole thing. And we would take the other family right to the front of the line. Be like, want to go again? Cool. Other family, sorry.
That's cool. I should
Ask him why. So
that's a good secret. I should have wish I knew that back in the day.
those, as far as I know, those do not exist anymore in terms of the people screening. So
yeah. Anyway, thank you all
Moving
for
on.
joining us for this train wreck of a morning show. We'll be back tomorrow, maybe. We'll definitely be back on Wednesday, if not tomorrow. I have to look at the schedule. I don't know what Dewey's up to. So we will see. But we do have a walk and talk at 11 o'clock, Tony?
11 o'clock Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern from Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yep, going to be checking out some construction as they get closer to that new villain show. And then, of course, just enjoy the park. So be sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you know whenever we go live. But we'll talk to you soon. Oh, by the way, Park Shock's been rescheduled for Wednesday. That's programming note, in case you're wondering about that. Bye, everybody.